what's going on, everybody? It's PFC 315, and today's video is going to be on the Spider-Man 3 review. So yeah, I finally finished watching all the Spider-Man movies. I've seen them in the past, but I rewatched them again just to make the review to refresh my memory. Um, this movie was freaking awesome. It was probably the best Spider-Man in my opinion. It was really, really fantastic. Yeah, Spider-Man 3, it's a sequel to the first one. This one came out in 2007. It's 139 minutes long. It's rated PG-13, and it says parents strongly cautioned. And it's for sequences of intense action violence. Personally, you don't need your parents to watch this. If you are underage, your parents won't let you watch it. You can take my advice. You can go see the movie. It's fine. There's nothing bad in it. So yeah, anyway. The characters in this one were Spider-Man and Venom and Sandman, and then of course you have Green Lantern's son now. So this one was really good. Now, basically, what happens in this movie is it's continuing from where it left off. In the last one, we seen Doctor Octopus, and you know how it kind of had like those flashbacks to the first movie. This one's kind of the same way. In this one, they're watching. Well, Peter Parker and Mary Jane are watching comets and shooting stars. Well, a meteorite lands on the Earth, and this like black gooey stuff that's alive comes out. And as they're driving away on Peter's little motorbike, it latches onto his bike. So it finds its way into his suit when he goes to sleep with the suit on one night. It covers his entire body, and it embeds itself into his suit. So now he has the black suit, and what this black stuff does is it alters characteristics of the person who's wearing it. So what turns Peter Parker into this arrogant, I can't even say the next word, but he's very, real arrogant, real cocky. He's mean. He's real aggressive now. He's like all emo and stuff, and it's not the way you want to see Peter Parker at all. So basically, there's a lot of stuff that goes on, and I'm not gonna go into detail in this movie at all because I want you guys to go watch it. I want you guys to go see it if you haven't seen it, because it is the newest Spider-Man. So, but he falls apart with his relationship with Mary Jane. He starts losing his good grades in school. He starts just falling apart again, like we've seen Peter Parker fall apart before. But it's a lot worse now because the suit is altering him. So he learns that the guy who shot his uncle wasn't the actual guy who he killed. It turns out that Flint Marko, I think that's his name, killed his uncle, but it was by accident. He didn't actually mean to do it. He's running from the cops after he escapes from prison, and he falls into a particle molecular thing. I don't remember the name of it, but it's this thing with 3 arms is spinning really fast, and it's making sand in bed with him. So eventually he turns to sand and fades away, and then this wicked sick scene of where he's getting up and like he's becoming sand and he's trying to form his body again. He's like falling apart as he's moving. Wicked sick. It was so cool. It was like definitely one of the best Spider-Man effects I've ever seen in a Spider-Man movie. But yeah, now after Peter Parker realizes that his suit's turning him into a different person, after he actually backhands Mary Jane in a bar, he gets rid of the suit, and part of the suit falls on to the reporter, who becomes Venom. And then the whole suit eventually comes off Peter Parker and embeds into him. Now he is Venom. He's the bad guy now. So Venom and Sandman team up, and they both go after Peter Parker by putting Mary Jane in a car or a taxi cab suspended in Venom's web. And I'm not going to go too much into the fight scene, but let's just say it was freaking awesome. Sandman gets mad big. So now another villain in this movie is the Green Lantern's son, and Harry comes back and he really wants to kill Peter Parker really bad, But in the first fight scene, Peter Parker clotheslines him with his web that he didn't see. So he falls off his snowboard or ski board, I think it's a snowboard, and cracks his head, and he actually has to get shipped to the hospital. He's not breathing, and when he comes back to, he doesn't have any memory of Peter Parker killing his dad. So they're best of friends, but then he realizes it again, and then they get into a big fight. But towards the end, they're friends again, and they actually team up to help take down Venom and Sandman. Really cool. The reporter who got controlled by Venom dies at the end, and so does Harry. Spoiler alert. And so does Harry. Sandman gets away, but at the end of this fight scene. So I know I'm not going into too much detail as I usually do in these movies, but in these movie reviews. But I really want you guys to go see it if you haven't seen it. It's really great. The quality of the video in this, oh my god, it was awesome. It was fantastic. You can pick this movie up on Blu-ray and look 1,000 times better. The movie was absolutely fantastic. The visuals were absolutely insane. The explosion and the effects, especially Sandman's effects, were absolutely incredible. The audio was, Spider-Man movies usually have some of the best music ever in any movies, and it was absolutely fantastic. Just audio quality, everything in this movie was great. What I personally thought, my personal rating, I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. It didn't quite hit the 10 for me on a Spider-Man 3 movie, but it was just absolutely fantastic. I thought it was great. I'd recommend it to anybody. I strongly urge you guys to go watch it. If you have already seen it, go watch it again, because I guarantee you missed something on your first time watching it. It's an awesome movie. A couple things that I liked about it was I really liked the opening credits. They had, like, the web kind of looked like glass, like broken glass, and it had pictures of, like, all the characters from, like, the previous movies in it, which I thought was really, really cool. The beginning of the movie was awesome. It was wicked epic. I really like when Sandman's becoming human, when he's like trying to get his body shape back together. I thought that was freaking crazy. And I was dying when Jameson, every time she rings the bell, his table would shake, and it would scare him. He'd freak out. And he's trying to get pills, and he keeps grabbing the wrong one, so he finally grabs the right one, and he opens up the cap, and he rings the bell, and he jumps again, and spills all of his pills everywhere. Fantastic, absolutely hilarious. I was dying. And finally, Stan Lee fans, you finally get to see Stan Lee in a Spider-Man movie, and he actually says something this time. Really cool. He says, it sometimes. Oh, I guess it does take one person to make a difference. Enough said. So I was like, yep, enough said, Stan Lee. Finally, you've said something in a movie, in a Spider-Man movie. It was great. And the fight scene towards the end looks so real. I mean, honestly, it just looked like it could happen in real life, and it'd be totally believable. That's how crazy it looked. It looks so good. To be honest, when I watch these movies, when I'm getting ready to do a movie review, I like to like just keep a notepad on the side of me, so I can like just random parts during the movie, just kind of like write down some really cool stuff or really bad stuff. And I actually had a hard time taking notes because it was just too much to write down because the movie was that good. You know what I mean? It was just so cool. So yeah, enough about the movie. I don't really want to go into too much detail. I want you guys to go see it. But they had a cool special features on it. They had a gag reel, and the gag reel was actually pretty good. The gag reel was pretty funny. They had all the stuff from the first and second one. How they just kept messing up. But then at the end of this gag reel, they had like all the weird faces they would make as they were on set, which kind of boring. Kind of wasn't really that funny. But the parts that were messing up on was really great. I thought it was really funny. I was dying. But that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, I'm sorry I didn't go into detail for those of you who had seen the movie or haven't seen the movie. I really don't want to go too much into it. I really want you guys to go see it. I think it's a fantastic movie. Definitely one of my top favorites. Go check out Spider-Man 3. They have it in Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray's copy is 1,000 times better. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much it for my Spider-Man reviews. I'm not really going to do any more for now. I am going to post up my Amazing Spider-Man comic. I have all of them, so I'm going to post up that series pretty soon. But that's pretty much it, guys, and I'll catch you guys later.